AI policy. Today, folks, I'm going to go over the AI policy for the American Studies Department, aka how and how not to use AI in American studies. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the past 2 years, you know that a lot of college students are using AI and a lot of colleges are freaking out. Here are some headlines I just randomly pulled from the internet just to kind of illustrate this. From The Hill, AI cheating is hopelessly, irreparably corrupting US higher education. This is an opinion piece, obviously, but it captures an opinion that a lot of people who work in the university system are feeling. And again, the data is not promising for people who feel this way. From the Ohio Capital Journal, writing an article about a study in which nearly a third of college students used Chat GPT last year, according to a survey. Numbers probably higher in real life, but surveys aren't perfect. And then, as a kind of extreme overreaction example, here's this headline from USA Today. She used Grammarly to proofread her paper. Now she's accused of unintentionally cheating. Now, I put these three together because they're kind of showing the gamut, right? On one hand, you have a lot of college students who are using it, and then you have universities who are freaking out. And then I think this last headline is showing a really extreme overreaction where, Grammarly, which is absolutely not a software that you can use to cheat, which just checks your grammar. Now, I don't know who the student was. I don't know what university this was. It almost doesn't even matter. The point is, AI is a huge deal in higher education, and a lot of professors don't really know how to handle it. So I just wanted to take a minute and outline for you what I think is an appropriate versus inappropriate use of AI. In other words, I know you're using AI, and I'm kind of okay with that as long as you use it in appropriate ways and don't use it in inappropriate ways. So let me just kind of outline what I mean by that. So let's go down this list of appropriate uses of AI. Number one, using AI for grammar, spelling, and formatting check. Feel free to run your writing through AI to fix grammar and spelling errors. To this day, I still get student work with tons of grammar errors, like easily fixable errors, like not capitalizing the word I, for example. So little errors like that can easily be found by AI. Most word processing programs like Google Docs or Microsoft Word have spell check, but some students have found that AI does a better job of finding those errors and correcting them. So if you're using AI for that, that's fine. Proofreading. AI can help you tweak and fix up awkward or unclear language. So if you've written something and you think the language could be tweaked and maybe sound a little better, that's fine. Dump your sentence into AI and ask for some suggestions. Perfectly fine. Clarification and explanation. If you encounter a word, phrase, or idea that you need explained more clearly, ask AI to break it down for you and give a clarifying example. Since American Studies is inherently interdisciplinary, we often deal with concepts from a lot of other kind of academic fields and areas of study. And sometimes maybe your professor doesn't do a great job of giving you the background information you feel you need. Well, AI to the rescue. That is a perfectly appropriate way to use AI. Background information. Need some background information about a topic we're dealing with in class. AI can give quick and concise answers to your questions. Pretty similar to the previous one, but your professor mentioned the Cold War. I can't remember what the Cold War was. Let me ask AI. Totally fine. Organization. Create an organizing outline to help you structure longer pieces of writing. So if you're writing like a larger essay or a research paper or something and you just need some help structuring it, asking AI to come up with some kind of outline, which then you take and tweak and make your own, that's perfectly okay. And lastly, paraphrasing your own words. And your own words is the operative phrase here. If you're drafting something and just can't get the language right, AI is a useful tool for rewording your written text. So kind of look at all these together. What is a consistent theme? In all these cases, you're using AI for very kind of specific, targeted help with research or writing or structuring or something like that. These are completely appropriate uses of AI, and I encourage you to use them. So let's get now to some inappropriate uses of AI. In other words, if you're using AI for these purposes, you are cheating, period. End of discussion. And again, this image is a preview of what I'm about to say. You are a human being. Your work should reflect the work done by a human being, not by a robot. So inappropriate uses of AI, I have three. Number one, content generation. Anytime you ask a chatbot to write something for you, you are cheating. Doesn't matter if you're asking for a sentence, a paragraph, or an entire essay, you are still cheating. So again, using AI to tweak your writing, that's fine. Using AI to do your writing, guess what? That is called cheating. That is called academic dishonesty. Number two, impersonation. So this is kind of like just a different iteration of what I just said, but I feel like it needs to be said. For assignments that ask for your personal view on an issue, asking AI to write in your voice is still cheating. I've seen students do this. Sometimes I assign students work saying, I want your personal view on this. And guess what? It's pretty easy to tell the difference between a human being talking and a robot talking. So if you're using a robot to try to sound like you, guess what? That is cheating. Number three, paraphrasing words you didn't write. If you ask AI to paraphrase a large portion of text which you didn't write, you're cheating. So if you're just copying stuff your professor said verbatim, or you're taking stuff from the internet and rewording it so the little plagiarism checker doesn't catch you, guess what? That is cheating. Now, if you're caught cheating using AI, here is what will probably happen to you. and in my classroom definitely will happen to you. It starts with suspecting. So if I suspect you're using AI, here is what will happen. Any suspicious pieces of text will be run through 4 different AI detectors. You're like, why 4 different AI detectors? Because AI detectors are not perfect. If I'm going to accuse a student of using AI, I want to make sure I'm right. So I'll put that text through several AI checkers. If enough evidence has been gathered that you are in fact cheating, you will receive a 0 for the assignment and be reminded of the AI policy. It does not matter how big or little the assignment is, you'll still get a 0. If you cheat on a small little 10-point assignment, you'll get a 0. If you cheat on the final exam, does not matter what percentage of your overall grade it is, you will get a 0. Thirdly, all your future assignments will be scrutinized much more closely to make sure you don't cheat again. I found that when a student cheats using AI, they are almost definitely going to do it again, even if they were caught the first time. Fourthly, if you're caught a second time, you may be reported to the university for academic dishonesty. Now, I say may because it's up to the professor's discretion. You might get reported, and if you don't, it's because the professor has some kind of really, really, really good reason for giving you a second chance. However, if you get reported and you get kicked out of college, that's on you. And that's all I've got. Thank you for watching. If I came off a little harsh, it's because I feel very, 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 very strongly about this. So please don't tempt me. If you have any questions, email me. I'm sure to clarify and further explain my policy if anything is left unclear.